Let's take a look at the letter O design. Let's go over which stitches are used. The center uses the lazy daisy stitch. We can also add some French knots in the center as accents. The outer ring can be stitched with the chain stitch, combined with the whipped chain stitch, to complete the outer outline. The top section can be stitched with the straight stitch. Let me show you how. Let's start with the flower in the center. I'll be using 2 different colors here. Let's start with the first color. Using color number 4, floss 6 strands. Bring the needle up at the bottom of the design. Take it back down in the same spot where you came up. Don't pull the thread too tight. Leave a loop on the fabric. You can see the design shows a petal shape. Bring the needle up at the top center. When bringing the needle up, make sure it passes through the loop. This creates the petal shape. Take the needle down just outside the outer edge. The first lazy daisy petal is complete. I'm going to mix in another color for the remaining petals. So we'll skip one petal for now. That was the first one. The next one will be the third. Bring the needle up at the bottom again. Take it down in the same spot. Be careful not to pull the thread too tight. Leave a loop on the fabric. Hold it down with your finger. This makes the next stitches easier. Bring the needle up at the top center of the petal. Always make sure the needle passes through the loop. This locks the petal securely in place. If the needle doesn't pass through the loop, when you pull the thread, it won't form the petal shape. So every time you bring the needle up, make sure it's inside the loop. That's what creates the daisy shape. Take the needle down just outside the edge. Now let's switch to another color. Using color number 7 floss, 6 strands. Bring the needle up at the bottom. Take it down in the same spot. The lazy daisy stitch is complete. Now using the same color thread, bring the needle up from the center. Stitch some French knots here. Hold the thread in one hand and the needle in the other. Wrap the thread around the needle twice. Take the needle down at the center point. If one French knot doesn't fully fill the space, you can add a few more. Stitch a few extra to make it look fuller and more complete. The center flower is now complete. Now let's look at this ring. This ring will use the chain stitch and the whipped chain stitch, combining both to stitch this section, filling in the outline of this ring. Let's start with the outer ring first. Using color number 9 floss, 4 strands. Bring the needle up here. Just like the lazy daisy stitch, take it down in the same spot. Bring the needle up 1 stitch length ahead. Same as the lazy daisy. The needle must pass through the loop. Pull the thread. Take it down in the same spot again. Don't pull the thread too tight. Leave some loops on the fabric. Hold it down with your finger. Continue bringing the needle up about 1 stitch ahead. This creates the interlocking chain effect. Continue going back to where the needle came up. Take it down again. Always take the needle down inside the loop, not outside it. If you take it down outside the loop, the continuous chain effect won't form. Following this method, stitch all the way around this line. For the last stitch, take the needle down inside the first chain link. This creates a continuous, seamless effect. The outer ring is now complete. Now let's look at the inner ring. This uses the whipped chain stitch. First stitch a round of chain stitch as the base. Bring the needle up here as well. Don't pull the thread tight. Leave a small loop on the fabric. Then bring the needle up ahead. Following the chain stitch we just practiced, Stitch all the way around this ring. For the last stitch, take the needle down inside the first loop. This creates a continuous effect. The ring of chain stitch is complete. Now switch to color number 10 floss, 6 strands. For the whipping, bring the needle up here. Move the needle to the underside of the first chain link. Pass the needle upward through the chain link from below. This wraps one link. Let me demonstrate once more. Pass the needle upward through the second chain link from below. Move to the underside of the third chain link. Pull the thread upward. This creates the twisted spiral texture. Always pass the needle from below the chain link upward. Don't suddenly pull the thread downward from above. That will result in this kind of look, and the spiral effect won't form. If you accidentally wrap the wrong way, don't worry. Just reverse the needle and redo it. Move the needle back to the bottom and continue wrapping upward. When wrapping, don't pull the thread too tight, but don't leave it too loose either. Keep the tension balanced. Just give it a gentle pull like this. If you pull too tight, the thread will look bunched and puckered. That will affect the overall look significantly. Following this method, wrap each link in order. Take the needle down close to the edge. The whipping around this ring is complete. Now let's look at the remaining section. We can stitch a few straight stitches here. Let me demonstrate. Using color number 6 floss, 6 strands. Start with the 2 center lines. Bring the needle up at the top. Take it down at the bottom. Keep the stitches close together. It will look much nicer. Stitch 2 vertical lines first. Once those are done, stitch the horizontal lines. Starting from the left, stitch 2 lines as well. Then come back up here. Stitch 2 more lines. Take the needle down. Let's look at the finished result.